Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am feeling a little under the weather. I'm recovering, so my voice is a little bit off, but today we are going to be talking about our $1,000 dividend account challenge. Basically seeing how much money you can make from just dividends, high yielding dividend stocks, some ETFs in there, and tracking this data all in 2024. So we've had a lot of success so far. We've had some crazy dips and runs. Our year-to-date returns we're up 1.4%, which isn't great. I definitely was anticipating more, and some of the stocks have been performing extremely well and some have not. So we're going to talk about that in this video. We can see here that we were actually down over 10, almost 11% at one point, which was insane. And so since then, we've gone up over $100 back to our starting point of 1,000 and jumped up a little bit too. So we are going to talk about what stocks are in here. If you guys don't remember, here's a refresher. We have ARCC, JEPQ, SPYI, CONY, MAIN, MMM, 3M is a big one that's been going crazy lately, VICI, VICI, LEG, MPW, TSLY, and SOLV. So this is not a normal dividend portfolio. These are all really high risk, high reward kinds of dividend stocks, most of them at least. Some of them are safer, like ARCC and 3M's was safe. Now it's not. But we can see our return here because these should all either be at 100 or add up to 100 for 3M and SOLV. So let's talk about this. So ARCC is up $12.64, aka 12.64% on the year, which is insane. It's been 5 months. JEPQ, almost exactly the same, $12.33. Really good return from that one. SPYI is up $8.26, which I love. All of these are reinvesting as well, so that's important to note. CONY still our winner with $134.02, which is a 34% return in just 5 months. And it even dipped. So it was doing even better, and then it sold off a little bit. But that's all right, because it's still the top performer in this account. And we're going to look at the dividend reinvestment stuff as well. We have Main Street Capital, which is up $17, almost $18. Really good. Been consistently at the top of the list. Coney and Main have been the two solid winners. 3M, really interesting. So 3M actually did technically a dividend cut with the spinoff, which is down here, SOLV. I was about to point to it. SOLV. So you have to add these two together. So for 3M and SOLV, we do end up becoming positive. It's not down 7.5%. It is actually positive by what, 15%? 10%? A little under 10%. So I couldn't be happier with that. Really, it came back. 3M was destroyed. It was not doing too well. So I am glad to see that for sure. It's only positive 5%. My math is not going to be do great, guys. I've never filmed a video this early in the morning, but like I said, I've been sick for so long. I cannot get over this, and so I was like, I have to film this because it is the last day of the month with the market being closed. Okay, continuing on. Vici is down 11%. This one has been coming back a little bit, but all in all, I still have a lot of hope for this one. I am buying more in my personal account of Vici because it is beaten down. Leg. This is the only reason the account is negative, is Leggett and Platt. And the craziest, I shouldn't say the account is negative. The account isn't winning. Like, if without Leg, we would be positive by like, what, 50 something dollars? So we would be, no, more than that, 70. We'd be up 7% if we didn't have Leg in the account. And it's funny because when I added these into this account, I added Leg and 3M because they're supposed to be safe. They're supposed to be consistent dividend payers. And it's down over 50% since I bought it. Over 54%. Which is so terrible. So if we take a look at Leg's price, like look at this. It was trading at 20. It's down to 11.70. And if we go year to date, when we bought this thing, it was, let's see, we bought it in January. So it was already on a downward trend. So I maybe should have tried to spot that. But it had bounced back. But you never really know with these. And boom, cut the dividend. Absolutely terrible stock that people are saying, oh, I might buy it now. But the yield on it is not even that insane. So for me, it's at a 15, near 16% dividend yield. They're going to cut the yield again. I guarantee it, though, because it's just way too high for the amount of money they have right now. MPW is up $6. Another crazy one. This thing has been all over the map year to date. So we bought it at what, almost 5. Then it dropped to 3. I know some people commented they bought it at 307. Congrats, because you have an insane gain from then. and now it's all the way back up to positive, which I'm pumped about. I bought some in the $3 range, high threes with my main account, and I've been loving it. MPW, I think it's going to do well in the long term. TSLY, now one reason we have this, and I'll pull it up. So if we have TSLY, let's go to their year to date. Really beaten down. So let's see, they were at 24 and now they're at 15. So they have been paying out some pretty insane dividends, but we're still down 18%. But you have to look at Tesla, not Tesla. You have to look at the overlying stocks within these. So Tesla, if we do Tesla year to date, it is down 30%. So for TSLY to be only down 18% with those dividends reinvested is pretty insane. So if Tesla rebounds, TSLY will rebound. It's the same thing with CONY and Coinbase. And then we have SOLV, which is, I think, trading for around where it started trading at, 61. No, it's down a little bit, but still, I was really excited to get these shares. I've never owned a stock that just split and gave out a different kind of company, so I thought that was really cool. But now what we're going to do, let's jump into the dividend tracker. I'm out of breath, and I'm literally just sitting here. So we have a $1,000 portfolio. It's a little bit off, but I did update everything, and so we can see the P&Ls on all of these. Coney's isn't accurate because you can't, it does not quantify the reinvestment. So the market price is what we're looking at. So 112, 133, 112. So yeah, but we've seen all that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our dividend payout calendar and let's see what dividends we had this month. So for May, MPW paid $3, which is a 3% dividend, and they do that every single quarter. So you're averaging 12% a year, which I think is phenomenal. And that was repurchased. We bought more shares with that. And then next we had JEPQ with its 89 cents, which is great. So far, it's continued to pay out monthly, and I love it. So the interesting thing is, so between JEPQ and MPW is actually paying a higher dividend yield. JEPQ would have to be paying over $1 to match the yield of MPW, because this pays out 4 times a year at $3. And so it's $1 a month, basically. And so JEPQ is a little bit under that. We have CONY, the Coinbase ETF, paying $13.32, which is a 13% yield, which is insane. And that's just for the month. So that's why people love this. As long as Coinbase stock stays consistent, this is going to continue to run like crazy. And then we have TSLY paying $3.69. Haha, of course. But still good returns for those. TSLY, we need this one to bounce back. We need Tesla to go up, and that'd make a big difference. We have Main Street Capital paying 58 cents. This is I wonder if this is lower than usual. I would imagine Main Street to be a little bit higher, but they have actually been going up so much in price, which is where a lot of our return comes from. So the yield is a little bit lower for Main Street. Yeah, Main Street's only about a 6% yield, so this is relatively consistent. And then we have SPYI paying $1.09. Now, I've noticed this throughout the months with SPYI. When I first bought it, it was paying like $1. I think it was paying almost $1 exactly in dividends, and now it's paying $1.09. So these dividends reinvesting have already made a pretty nice difference. And it's really important to note because that's not something that every stock can do. So we can see the dividends paid out, what they've paid out so far going back. So some of these are quarterly payers like ARCC. Coinbase is a monthly payer, which is insane with how much money it's been paying out. So we can see our year-to-date income is $112.44 in dividends, which is wild. All of that's been reinvested. So we actually are down in price appreciation wise because we should be positive by this, but every time Coney and TSLY pays out such a huge dividend, the stock does drop. We're averaging $22 a month, which we wanted to have $20 a month. Our June income is anticipated to be $23.45, a little bit more than this month, which I'm happy for. And annual income is expected to be $266. So, I mean, I'm pumped. We can see the weeklies for June. We have a lot coming out in June because it is one of the ones where the quarterly dividends pay out. So I am excited to see that. We've looked at a bunch of stuff like the diversification and whatnot. I'm going to do some quick math and let's plug in or no, this will tell us actually. It'll tell us what we made this month. Somewhere. I always forget. Oh, we already know what we made this month. But still, I'm pumped with the dividends. I'm pumped with the returns. I think it's been phenomenal. And, you know, we saw in April, we had $25, which was big. In May, I don't know where the May one is. Let me run this. Let me run the math. So for May, we had 22.84. Not a bad return. A little bit less than what we saw in April. But still, if we want to look back and see what we've done, we're almost to the 6 months. We had January paying us $30. We had February. Again, it's not showing it. Maybe it's because I'm ill and I'm not able to see and understand these things. But still, some pretty phenomenal returns. March was 21, so March was low. April was 25, and now we're at 22, just under $23. So if you guys are interested in this content, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe because it helps me make these videos and keeps me motivated with stuff, and I do appreciate it. If you guys have recommendations, I might be starting a new Dividend account. I'm not sure if I'm going to do only ETFs or what I'm going to do, but I might do another $1,000 account challenge because I've been working with a potential sponsorship for the channel, which would just be great, moo. And we'll see how that comes about. But if you guys are interested, please let me know by liking the video, and I hope I will see you guys in the next one.